2.5 acres up in Pebble Creek, Idaho. This is in Caribou County, Idaho, just north of Lava Hot Springs. My name is Miles McLaughlin with Wilco Land. We love this area. We've sold a few properties back here already. In this video, I'm going to break down this listing. I'm going to talk about a lot of common questions and FAQs that we get here. I'm going to teach you how you can go view the property on your own and all that good stuff, right? I'll talk about utilities, target audience, and things of that nature. So just showing you some photos of the area. We've got some really good drone shots from some previous listings of this area. You can see what it looks like and the roads coming up here. If you zoom in, you can see what people are doing with these properties. You're going to find a lot of off-grid structures back here in this subdivision at elevation. Up in the mountains in Idaho, really close to a ski resort over on this mountain range. I'm going to pull all this up on maps and show you guys where we're located, but wanted to roll through a few photos first. You can see what the roads look like coming up here. Some of them are 2-track, some are nice gravel trails, right? So this area is at elevation. So now we're on to aerial imagery. I'll show you the property on satellite imagery, but we are at elevation for this property, right? And so you're going to be looking at snowmobile access in the dead of winter, or backcountry skiing there, snowshoe, things like that. But more than likely snowmobile access or using this property seasonally. We're located just north of Lava Hot Springs in Idaho. Here's Pebble, Idaho. As I go out, here's a Snake River. See, just giving you an idea where we're at. Just north of here is Idaho Falls. Here's Jackson, Wyoming. Boise, Idaho is going to be over here. Salt Lake City is just to the south. So this is a really pretty part of the country. We do a lot of land deals in this neck of the woods, and this is in Caribou County. So again, you're tucked away inside a national forest. I'll pull it up on maps as well. So let's dive in, talking about target audience in this property. So I want to talk about what other folks are doing with this area. You can see here's the campground, Big Spring Campground over here. And I think there's a hiking trail back here too. But so there's a campground over here. Google Earth obviously has photos you can look at. This gives you a really good idea. In today's day and age, you can learn so much about a property from your computer, right? You've got Pebble Creek up here, and you've got Pebble Guard Station too. So this is a little Forest Service cabin up here. I'll show you what it looks like here. I pulled up the tab. So this is Pebble Guard Station. This gives you an idea, like this type of structure is a great idea for one of these properties up here. Check this out. People stay in these type of Forest Service cabins all the time. They come up here on snowmobiles during the winter. They come up and stay during the summer. This is probably a dry cabin. Maybe there's some water being run to it. But this is the type of setup that you're looking at. What's special about our 2.5 acre property that I want to point out before I go into talking about, what other folks are doing like neighbors is a lot of these properties, you can see this, don't have a lot of trees. So if we look around and look at the topography, there's not a ton of trees, right? This is a really cool yurt property here, but not a ton of trees. If we go look at our lot that we're advertising right here, check this out. I mean, we have an awesome grove of trees, and it looks like there's aspen trees in there too. And then so if we look here, you've got a really nice, so it comes in off this dead end road, right? You come in here and comes in, this is a dead end road. I'll pull up the parcel lines here in a minute. You've got a nice shelter belt of trees in the front, avoiding this neighbor. And so you've got this nice big flat area right here I should say mostly flat. I'm guessing there's a gentle grade to it, but check this out. This whole little section here is about half an acre like that. You could probably go a little bit bigger. This might even be a seasonal stream that's on the property. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't been up to this property myself. This is a creek in your backyard though, right? Somebody owns, and I'll pull up ownership here in a second. Somebody owns all this land behind you. I think some sort of big LLC or ranching operation. I'll pull it up. But otherwise you have this huge forested area. So this is an awesome part of the property too. Another idea is just to create a further driveway up into the trees and clear an area for a camper, a yurt, some sort of A-frame. We saw that in the photos. But let's zoom out a little bit and start looking around at what the neighbors are doing and whatnot. You can see here's another yurt tucked away in the trees. So people are using these properties for recreational properties, right? The county isn't classifying them as traditional building. You can build dry cabins. You can build recreational type of structures up there. You can see people are bringing RVs, they're bringing campers up there. They're building tiny homes, A-frames, putting storage containers up there, yurts. You get creative, let your imagination run with it. The reason the county says these aren't developable is because you need to improve these roads to county standards, right? For fire escape, things like that, right? So they're not going to stick their necks out and guarantee all these properties are buildable. The county is in a traditional sense, right? Where they're going to approve your building permit, your well, your septic, all that good stuff. Some people have built, and these look like permanent residences, probably have well and septic. The reason being is they're on these main roads. I think that's what the reason is on that. I mean, this person's on a yurt back here. So I think some of these main roads fit county dimensions for road size. And this is my understanding, fit the county dimensions for road size. That allow you to get that building permit that you'd be looking for a traditional type of stick-built home that involves a septic and a well. I don't know what kind of permits are going to issue up here. I haven't gone through that process of going looking for permits for a well or a septic system or even a building. Those are things that you'll have to do. Check out the area. Those are things that you as a buyer will have to look into. We have the property priced as a recreational land investment. Okay, so we know there's a huge demand for these type of properties. It's only a matter of time where technology improves. There's tons of landowners back here probably advocating for more and more building on these properties. So you can imagine things are changing. Technology is changing, regulations are changing, all of that good stuff, right? So it's only a matter of time that, building becomes more and more of an option up here. And quite frankly, there's so many cool things you can do with a property, and you're getting it as a recreational price. If all these properties are buildable up here, you're looking at double the price point, right? So here's another yurt. So if we look around on satellite imagery, we can see all of these people are using these properties. There's a lot of yurts up here actually, which is a pretty cool idea. Here's a tiny home of some sort. So even zooming out, you'll even just find campers, another yurt. This looks like maybe camper pads for people. And some people are even just, doing tent camping and things like that. So you're really close to the campground, world-class hiking in your backyard, great fly fishing and recreation up here. So you're just in a mecca of recreation with Caribou National Forest in your backyard. I told you guys I would bring up land ownership as well here on Onyx Maps and talk about viewing the property. So for land viewings, all you're going to do is pull the GPS coordinates off our website right here, the center coordinates. You're going to plug them into Google Maps or Onyx Maps. Onyx Hunt is my favorite app for land viewings. I highly recommend this for those looking to go view land. You're going to want to study your route, but this property is pretty easily accessed if you come in. I think the road officially opens May 15th. With Forest Service to get up there. So keep that in mind, and shuts down probably sometime in October or November. But again, there's snowmobile access. And I guess if you have a rig that can travel through the snow, you can drive up there too. So a lot of people have that, but yeah, you can see the North Fork of the Pebble Creek runs behind the property. So what makes this property so special is you're going to hear the trickling of the water. You're going to have a ton of trees, a ton of privacy. I mean, look at the difference. Look at the forest that you're next to on this property. And there's no neighbors behind you right here. Nobody's developing this 271 acre property owned by King Creek Grazing. It's some probably large outfitter that runs a lot of cattle, I'm guessing, and just has a huge chunk of land up here. And nothing's getting developed behind your property. So you have the creek running through it. You're right adjacent to that creek. You're going to hear the sound of the water, things like that. So those are little details that make a property special, that really make a huge difference when you're buying a piece of land. So you can see a lot of these properties are very similar up here. Again, I talk about some of the potential use in these properties. You can reach out to the county to see what they'll let you do with the property. There's a ton of hiking trails back here and off-roading trails. So like I said, you're surrounded by over 40,000 acres of Caribou National Forest, in your backyard for hunting, fishing, hiking, outdoor activities, right? If you're looking at this listing, if you're looking at the listing, that's why you're buying up here. You know what the area has to offer. So trying to think what I'm missing. I end all my videos with a quick disclaimer. This isn't legal advice. This isn't real estate advice. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions on this property with you. You as a buyer are going to have to do your own due diligence and make sure this land is going to be the right fit for you. So take a peek at our website. I have more deals in Idaho. We work in Montana, Utah, really all across the Western United States and the Mountain West. A lot of what we like to call unique and epic land investments. So happy land hunting out there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in.